Good evening and welcome to our Midweek Faith Lift. My name is Shannon Brun. I'm here with Reverend Doug Werth. Good evening, Reverend Doug. How are you today?
I'm good.
How's things going with you? How you been doing this week?
Well, if I could get the air conditioner fixed in the top of
Hasn't
my
been
house.
fixed yet?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh my God. But I mean, you have the bottom floor that's fully cooled.
Right.
Right. So have you been sleeping up? I mean, it's the
Downstairs.
Upstairs. Okay, so it's the upstairs that's giving you a problem.
That's right. Well, and the problem is, as is in many people right now,
I know what you're going to say. Components, parts.
Yeah. It's a brand new system. We put it in October, and now they can't get parts.
That's terrible. That is so terrible. But I mean, thank God you have the bottom component that is fully air conditioned.
Right.
And keeps you cool downstairs.
Right.
And you can sleep down there. Are you sleeping down there?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, in my favorite chair. But the couch is good too.
Yeah. I've been watching a show on television. It's a series called Alone.
Me too.
Oh, have you been watching it?
I've been watching it. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm like
it's on Thursday nights.
Well, I got first of all, for Father's Day I got Doug a Fire Stick.
Yes.
Which allows you to watch. You can watch
anything.
Anything. And actually, you don't have to wait until Thursday night. You can watch all the episodes back to back. I mean, you can get addicted to it.
Well, you watch the former shows.
Right. You
can't watch the future ones.
Right. You can only... Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on episode 2.
I'm up to date.
Oh, wow. So you've seen...
I've seen them all.
Oh, wow. I think it's great.
Yeah. There's 7 people remaining now.
Okay.
No, I can tell you exactly what it is.
Wow.
And what's amazing is these people are all survivalist experts.
Right.
They're teaching this stuff, so they've got all the skills. They're all archers,
right?
So they're shooting food.
Exactly.
And they're fishermen.
I thought about it when I was I said I should get Doug up on this. I said, but I don't want to overwhelm him. He's got so much on his plate. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, anyways, so there was one guy that he thought he was going to make it, and he got an intestinal. That was the last episode. And the first guy who went out, I hate to say got homesick, but basically, he, with all this time alone, you tend to reflect. Okay. And he basically said, what am I doing? I'm away from the people that I love, just trying to make some money or something. This is stupid, And so it very, very quickly, he decided that wasn't for him, okay? But the latest guy just got some sort of food poisoning,
What's interesting to me is that the people you think that when they're leading up to they select the candidates, you're watching these people, you get into their personality, you get into their skills.
Right.
The people that I think, the people that you may think are going to be the last survivor is not always the last survivor.
That's true.
Because a lot of it has to do with what they're facing and what their internal issues are before they even go into this stuff. You know what I mean? And let me say this.
Yeah.
When we talk about New Thought, a lot of that stuff is in here. From what I see, because
a lot of it is.
From what I see, it's the mind, where the mind is, and a lot of people have issues. I'm not going to say issues, but their mind is just not where it needs to be to deal with what they're facing at the time. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people or they're not capable. It just means that at the time, for whatever reason,
their issues come up.
Yeah. So.
As a matter of fact,
and some of these people are fully capable. I mean, I've seen guys one guy on episode 2. I mean, he was building everything. I mean, he could build anything, and was building everything, but he just couldn't deal with being by himself.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, that process when you're all by yourself, you get to reflect. What's going on in here? What's going on in here? And that is the exact process of what meditation is all about. And I've gone to several 10-day silent retreats where you're there, you're just with yourself, and I can tell you that stuff comes up. And when it comes up, there's something that they'll tell you in a 10-day silent retreat. They'll say, if you can make it through day 3 or 4, then you can probably get through it, because around day 3 or 4 is when this stuff, you can't push it down anymore. It's right there, and you
deal with it.
You got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And the beauty of a 10-day silent retreat or meditation is that if you want to know what's holding you back, if you want to know what your issues are, do that. And you will know very, very quickly because here it comes, and you have to have the ability to say, that's what it is. You know, look at the programming, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't plan to talk about this, but you know, I'm going to go somewhere else now. I want to go to our Sunday service. I think you did a great job.
Well, thank you.
This Sunday, we had a Pride pretty much talk.
Right.
And
a lot of people made some nice comments about it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, what I'm noticing and what I'm hearing a lot in New Thought is that the world is shifting. That's what I'm hearing a lot from people in New Thought, that the world is shifting, and people are more powerful than they were, more capable in creating than they were way back then.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
And so that's what I'm hearing in New Thought, and I want to know your take on that. Like, I'm just
I think you know, the more that you have an educational background, okay, and the more that your base needs are taken care of, okay, so you don't have to work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, just to get enough food, okay, or to feed the family.
And this goes back to alone. You know,
it does.
It goes back to alone. Like, once the basic needs are taken care of, once they have fire, shelter, and food, that's when they start to have these issues. They start to have these issues.
That's right.
When they're busy taking care of the fire, food, and shelter, they don't really have the issues of, I mean, some of them do, but most of them are just busy taking care of that.
That's right.
But once that stuff is taken care of, they're like, what do I do now?
Yeah. Oh my God. yeah. Here it comes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But you were saying,
and
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. He talks about that.
That's exactly where I was going. That's exactly where I was going. Because once you get those basic needs taken care of, then the next thing that comes up is, okay, emotionally, what do I need? In other words, you got the physical needs taken care of. Now it's emotions, all right? So what people relationships are important to you, that sort of thing. And then once the emotions are taken care of, then you tend to go, well, where do I want to go from here? It's the mental needs. That's where higher education comes from. And once you get the education down, then you're going to have a certain amount of free time. You're going to have a certain amount of material success. You know, you're going to have all those things. And what tends to happen is that, you know, you've got decent relationships. You've got a nice house. You know, you've got all the creature comforts. The next thing is, who am I here to be? What do I want to create?
Is that necessarily like happening? Like
self-actualization is what Maslow called it.
Is that like, because I noticed, like, in society now, people are like, they're not saying it, but it's almost like they're looking for like it's like a universal oneness that's happening. Like, people, like the world is shifting, almost like people are wanting to be more together. It seems like, but there's like a resistance to some extent to that togetherness. Do you see that at all?
I see it more than I've ever seen it before, because what's happened is, certainly as a country, okay, the people in this country have got those, most of them, a lot of them, have got those basic needs met. And so what they're finding is, you know, I'm okay. And then they're looking out, and especially with TV and television and the news systems, what they're doing is they're seeing some of the issues that other people have, and there are more and more and more people coming to the place where I want to help them out. Okay, I want to give them the chance or the opportunity to experience a better life. The way that I've experienced a better life. And one thing I can tell you is the United States is the most generous country in the entire world. We do more giving and more projects to help others than any other nation on the planet, which is a good thing, I think.
Yeah, so certainly, I noticed that whole phenomenon that's happening.
And I tell you, right along with that, what you're finding is the new thought movement that we've been talking about is more popular today than it has ever been.
Yeah.
And a lot of the a lot of the I don't want to say the hate groups are going away, but what's happening is there is a polarization. And more and more,
but they're struggling. They're trying to hold on as much as possible, and I think that's what a lot of the. I don't know. I can be wrong about it, but I think that's what a lot of the gun violence is about right now, amongst inner city, and also the hate groups that are out here. That's,
right.
I think all of it is a last minute
holding
on to the old before the new begin to emerge. Where it's like we all just want to love each other,
and the other side of it is growing every single year. Okay, more and more people are hearing the message of not only self-actualization, but we really all are one.
Yeah.
We're a brotherhood, a sisterhood, and it doesn't matter, what racial background or whether you're gay or straight or anything like that. What matters is the love and the relationships that you have that bring peace and prosperity in the world. And what we're finding in Russia right now is that once again you've got this idiot who says, "Oh, I can be better by taking it away from somebody else." It's stupid.
Right.
That's just not going to work long term.
As you guys hear, my dog is wanting to get out.
Yeah, right.
He's been out. She just came in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll
maybe she wants to be part of
the talk.
Maybe part of the talk.
Speaking of talk, what is your talk going to be about this coming Sunday?
Well, this coming Sunday is July 3rd. Okay, so 4th of July is coming up, and it's going to be Your Independence Day is the title of the talk. And I haven't totally put it all together yet, but it's going to have something to do with how we feel freedom in our own life, how we feel independence in our own life, and then what does it take to create that not only in our life, in our own life, but what does it take to create it in society? And so what I'm going to take a look at, little snapshot, is history of the country, and as we take a look at some of the trials and tribulations and wars and issues that we have faced, where are we now, and where are we going, and of course what does Jesus say about all of this? And I'm reading some books now. One of them is The Course in Miracles, which people are very familiar with. And I have another book. It's called The Way of Mastery. All right, and supposedly it's channeled. Okay. It's supposedly channeled from Jesus, and I'm reading some of that too. And that's what it talks about. Jesus said simply, "You shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free." All right. So what's that all about? That's kind of a snapshot of it, but I'll figure it out in the next couple of days.
Well, I'm excited to hear the message, and if you guys are interested in hearing the message, you're welcome to come out to Unity of Chattanooga Red Bank Community Center, which is on what is that? Where's the location?
Middle Creek, is that what it is?
I'm not. Well, it's Unity of Chattanooga Red Bank Community Center.
Yeah.
It's the Dick Glasscock Community Center. So you're welcome to come out and join us.
I forgot the name of the road.
Yeah, me too.
But it's I think it's.
I mean, if they put in Red Bank Community Center, they'll find it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Google,
and there'll be a sign out front. By the I think it's called Middle Creek is the name of the road. But there'll be a sign out there right next to Erlanger East. There's a big hospital there, and there'll be a sign that'll point you in that direction.
And our service starts at 11 o'clock, and at 10:30 we have our dancing with meditation, which is great. Which is great. Yeah, it opens us up a little bit. And this coming tonight we have our Unity 101.
Yeah, last class tonight.
Yeah. What are you doing on Zoom tonight?
Well, tonight at 7 o'clock, we've gone through 5 weeks of, where did unity come from? All right, the founder's story, that sort of thing. How are we connected with the New Thought message? All right. What are, in fact, our principles? And we've talked about all of that kind of stuff. So I think there's a pretty good background now where people understand what unity is, what we talk about, what our message is. And the next step and the last step tonight is, well, where do I go from here? What other avenues are out there for a spiritual growth experience? And what I'm going to talk about is just a brief synopsis of my 2 cents on what a spiritual growth program is. Okay, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then
when you say spiritual growth program, you mean like a practice on a regular basis?
Spiritual practice, personal spiritual
Don't
practice.
Get distracted by them. Don't let them distract you. Go ahead, Doug. You should,
what a personal spiritual practice is about. And then we're going to take a look at some books, some of my favorite books that talk about this. So if somebody was saying, well, gee, give me some more information, here it is.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then if somebody is looking for outside programs, maybe a meditation program, here's one. We're going to go to that website. We're going to take a look at one other group out there that is very, very possible. It's called the Landmark Forum, and that is unity teachings on steroids in a non religious or non spiritual background.
I think I've heard that. Yeah,
it's a fabulous place. And we're going to look at those websites and a couple other ones.
Cool.
And then after that. And I'm sure that's not going to take up the full time. So plenty of time for questions and interaction and just people talking back and forth. So
I welcome my viewers to come out tonight at 7 a.m. on Zoom and join us for our Unity 101. This is the final class, and if you're interested in attending our Zoom meeting, send us an email at contact@unitychattanooga.org, and we'll get that link to you. Finally, we have the spiritual connection group that happens every
Thursday night.
Yeah, and that's growing slowly. I mean, it's not where it's gonna be eventually.
Right.
I see it being a really nice time for us to kind of just get together and chat.
Yeah.
But it takes time for things to grow.
It
things
does.
doesn't. You got to water it and tend to it.
It does. And one of the things I often say, let's not focus on.
Like that's the marker for success, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's great to have goals and it's great to have visions, but the other part of it is just to be comfortable where you are and keep doing the things that you enjoy doing.
Yeah, you always ground us, because the board is always like, we want to do this, we want to do that. You're like, look, we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Let's be. The most important thing we can do is feel good ourselves, and if we feel good ourselves, that's going to grow.
Yeah.
And what I know from the law of attraction is when we're doing things that we feel good about and we're joining with others, then we're going to attract people and situations and circumstances that match that.
You're so true.
So
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. You're so true. And I want to thank our viewers for coming out. Doug, I want to thank you for driving here today. And you do that every Wednesday, and I really appreciate that.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be sure to join us tonight. We'll be back next week with another Midweek Faith Lift. We thank you for joining us, and we say God bless.